The re-upload on May 11 was the grand opening of his own building. He didn't just re-upload the file, he changed the legal registry of the song. Primary controller was Interscope Records, and now it's PG Lang.
That's crazy.
Content ID owner was Universal Music Group, but now it's PG Lang Independent. Metadata tag was at Interscope or Interscope Records, now it's PG Lang. Administrative power, UMG could pull the video for policy. Only Kendrick can pull and edit the video. Only Kendrick Lamar can pull and edit his Not Like Us video, or Luther, or GNX. The difference of a creative control and administrative control. The biggest change is content ID management. UMG cannot touch Not Like Us, no matter what goes on with the lawsuit. UMG cannot edit, touch, take down, re-upload Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar is in full control of his music.
Yo, right here in the small box.
I heard somebody say, yo, man, the Luther video has no copyright claims. I said, okay, let me try to see. I didn't do the Luther video, but I was trying to figure out some things, right? Question. So I'm about to just putting out 30-second clips to see what's going on with the waters. I put up the Luther official audio, right? I put up the Luther, I did a freaking quick little review, not a review, but I recorded the Luther audio and I posted it to test the waters. When I posted it, I received this right here, the claim. It says UMG, it got a copyright claim, right? It got a claim. It said UMG on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's New Deal PS.
Oh.
I said New Deal PS. This was never here. When I did all my Luther videos and I did all my GNX videos and I did all my Not Like Us, the claim right here was never on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's New Deal. The claim has never said on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's New Deal. It said like UMG or Interscope, some other shit it has said. It never has said on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's New Deal. I started investigating. Y'all was already saying something similar in the freaking comments. Under exclusive license to Interscope has been removed from the Not Like Us re-upload. Under exclusive license to Interscope has been removed from the Not Like Us re-upload. Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, and Luther music videos has been removed from YouTube. The videos were then re-uploaded and Not Like Us no longer stated under exclusive license to Interscope. His GNX album was also removed from Apple Music at the same time as the YouTube takedowns. Somebody has said, this happens when the artist goes independent or switching labels. So I went to more investigations. I Googled. I freaking searched. I freaking Gemini'd. I went all over and I got all the same answer. Everywhere I went, I got every fucking answer. And I went to Google, Gemini. I went to freaking Reddit. I went all around to do my research. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. I went all around. The short answer is yes, because y'all said that Kendrick Lamar had distribution already from UMG. It's more to it than just that. The short answer is yes, but with a strategic partnership. By re-uploading everything this week, May 11th to May 12th, Kendrick effectively finalized the shift where PG Lang is now the primary owner and legal face of his music.
We can stop the video right there. We can stop the video right there. All we need to do is go stream their music off YouTube more. Because that's going to be money in Kendrick's pocket now. Fully. You see what I'm saying? So the more we play these songs off YouTube, that's more like, it's almost like a fundraiser or donating in a sense. You see what I'm saying? Because like we already saw what they did. So anything on the back end, that's just like y'all just getting some extra money. You see what I'm saying? But at this point, I can just stop the video and go stream his music. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like what?
However, it's less like a total breakup with Interscope UMG and more like a promotion for Kendrick Lamar's business. What full control looks like now. The master recordings. Kendrick through PG Lang now holds the primary rights to the masters of the GNX and 2024 diss tracks. Before the re-upload, they were tied more closely to Interscope system. Administrative independence. On the new uploads, the copyright and provided to YouTube. Bottom line, Kendrick Lamar effectively achieved master independence. He isn't just an artist signed to a label anymore. He is a label owner who is using a major label, Interscope, as a tool to reach the masses by resetting those YouTube views to zero. He essentially traded vanity numbers. Due to how distribution works, Kendrick is now in the most independent position of his career. By moving everything, including Not Like Us and GNX album, to his new PG Lang structure, he has shifted the power dynamic. Here is exactly what this means for his ability to drop whenever. He owns the red button. In the past, when Kendrick Lamar was on TDE or fully under Interscope Aftermath, he had to coordinate with the label presidents, marketing teams, and executives, and had a say in the release window. Now, PG Lang is freaking multidisciplinary communications company owned by Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free that act as a primary label. If Kendrick Lamar wants to drop at 3 a.m. on Tuesday, he doesn't need to ask permission from a CEO. He just tells the team and hit the upload button. Interscope is now the employer. When we talk about distribution, Interscope is now the employer. Everybody kept on saying it's UMG. I want to just see if I'm wrong or not, right? On the new re-uploads, you'll notice the credit says 2026 PG Lang under license to freaking Interscope Records. This is a huge distinction. It means PG Lang owns the music and they are essentially hiring Interscope to put it on Spotify and Apple Music.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a power play. That is a power play. That is what you're supposed to do as an artist. Play the game long enough to the point where you can be the owner and they can be the employer. Kendrick's music, the quality in Kendrick's music is undeniable. The way that it brings in streams for them, that's power adding to Kendrick's repertoire, right? You don't need quantity to get the job done. That's the misconception. That's the business, or that's the strategic play that they marketed with Drake, so other artists would do the same, thinking that's what you're supposed to do. Bro, this game can be played however you want to play it. You just need to put in work on the music. The more work you put on the music is the more rewards you're going to reap, as long as you know how to navigate putting this music out, and as well as how you was going to market it. What kind of raps do you got, right? Going through Kendrick Lamar's catalog from the beginning to recent, you're getting all kinds of raps. Started off as a conscious rapper, went mainstream, gave the mainstream, and kept feeding and providing for those people above, behind the scenes that nobody can see. But because Kendrick Lamar is playing the game so well, look at the rewards he's reaping right now. This is unheard of. There's only a small amount of artists that have rewards like this. Of course, shout out to The Weeknd. He has his own deal set up where he's pretty much $1 billion artist with the plan that he got set up for himself, pretty much using his music catalog as if it's real estate, power play. But you don't hear about these things at all. Justin Bieber is close to this. Justin Bieber's another one. Yeah, even though he was on the Coachella stage, going on YouTube and singing the songs off YouTube, that was him bypassing his label contract so he doesn't get flagged for playing his old shit. Yeah, he's in front of a laptop, he's going clicking his songs, and he's singing along. But because everybody loves his music, the people in that crowd, the people in that moment, they're not going to give a shit. But what Justin Bieber did, first of all, he racked in the money from being the headliner, so he got his millions. And then with being a headliner, you get more streams towards your music. So it's literally a power play. Like, it's a lot to explain for Justin Bieber, but that's another power play as well. But there's a small amount of artists that have reached this level of a power play. Drake hasn't got there yet. Notice that. Pay attention to that. A lot of people are going to come in here and try to bring up, oh, he had a $400 million deal that he recouped. Cool. So why did he want to do it again? Because if you did it that fast, why would you want to go back in there and do it again? That's stupid. Now you're making yourself look like the employee of the month. Like, that's literally what you look like. Like, you're literally sitting down. You're telling people what's good. You're showing people, oh, look. Like, think about it like this. Y'all remember when you got kids and you try to sell them chocolates in the boxes? And you try to sell them the chocolate almonds or, like, the milk chocolate bars? And the kids will come home with a box full of, like, 40-plus chocolates that they got to sell. Drake is literally the student in the school that took the box and sold the most boxes in a day and came back and look what I did. And then he said, cool, give me more boxes. What? Are you kidding me? Cut a deal. Cut a new deal. Do something else. Be the owner. Because you have power. Out here selling chocolate boxes. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Employee, they said that yesterday. Flip, game. Oh, I'm dead. PG Lang is an agency, music, production, advertising. What artist does get paid for doing the Super Bowl, but the production company does? PG Lang produced the Super Bowl in 25 Facts. Jay-Z. Jay-Z's on a Rushmore for business. Oh, that came out of nowhere. So, like, on the anniversary of those songs, can he whitelist them for reactions or no? I thought they were always whitelisted. Grammy Euphoria 616 wasn't Not Like Us was for a while. Tiff, shut up. You know, you've been sick before. Come on.
Since Kendrick owns the masters and rights, Interscope's job is to support his schedule, not dictate it. Kendrick Lamar, even though Interscope was the distribution, they still had to go talk to Interscope. Now it's a reverse. I can do whatever I want, and I hired Interscope to now freaking send my music to Spotify or Apple Music. I don't have to talk to Interscope. I hired Interscope. Hold on, I'ma finish. A traditional major label would never let an artist delete video with 467 million views because it hurts the quarterly earnings of vanity metrics. Kendrick did it anyway. He prioritized the algorithm reset and his own independent metadata over the viewpoint. That is the move only someone with full creative administrative control can make. They are saying a traditional major label would never let an artist delete a video with 467 million views. I thought Kendrick Lamar already had control over his music and UMG or Interscope was only a distributor. I said that. I asked. It's a subtle but massive legal distinction. Before the re-upload, Kendrick had creative control. Now he has administrative control. Lamar had creative control. Now he has administrative control. He said that, think of it like the difference between being the head chef at a restaurant or owning the building. Even though Kendrick was moving independently with PG Lang, the paperwork for Not Like Us and its initial 2024 drops was still technically tied to Interscope and UMG pipeline. The permission gap. Even if it didn't ask Interscope for permission to drop, the songs were registered under Interscope's content ID. The data control. If Interscope's legal team of Universal's corporate office had a conflict like the Drake UMG legal drama, they could technically interfere with the video or the audio because they were the record label of records. They saying that UMG could still interfere with the Not Like Us video. If something went down, it could adjust the audio or adjust the video or the picture. They said if Interscope's legal team of or Universal's corporate office had a conflict, they could technically interfere with the video or audio because they were the record label of record. The money flow, the revenue went to Interscope first. They took their cut and then it trickled down to PG Lang and Kendrick Lamar. The after. Master Independence. The re-upload on May 11 was the grand opening of his own building. He didn't just re-upload the file, he changed the legal registry of the song. Primary controller was Interscope Records and now it's PG Lang.
That's crazy.
Content ID owner was Universal Music Group but now it's PG Lane independent. Metadata tag was at Interscope or Interscope Records. Now it's PG Lane. Administrative power. UMG could pull the video for policy. Only Kendrick can pull and edit the video. Only Kendrick Lamar can pull and edit his Not Like Us video, or Luther, or GNX. The difference of a creative control and administrative control. The biggest change is content ID management. UMG cannot touch Not Like Us, no matter what goes on with the lawsuit. UMG cannot edit, touch, take down, re-upload Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar is in full control of his music, of UMG, of Not Like Us, Luther, GNX. Even though we thought that Kendrick Lamar had full control before, he had creative control, not administrative control. I can't even say the word in my list, but y'all know what I'm saying, right?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a checkmate. So regardless if this appeal goes through and they go through the whole thing again, it's not going to mean anything because Kendrick Lamar owns the shit. So Drake can go and resue. And like if the appeal goes through and they find a new judge, go ahead and sue UMG. Because at that point, UMG don't got control of it no more. You got to sue Kendrick Lamar and Aubrey Graham. That is the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is sue Kendrick Lamar. That's the last thing on planet Earth. Because your credibility, gone. You hear me? It's gone at that point. It's one thing for the rapper to sue the label, but a rapper to sue a rapper? Nah, you're finito. Straight. That's it. Game over. What did I say before? It's a checkmate. That's crazy. He's sitting behind his desk now. It almost seems immature to take up. Oh, shit. For real. But they did at the time. UMG had it for the years in question. For real, though. But it's so crazy that, like, that we're understanding the situation a little better now. Like, it's just actually hilarious. You know, because, like, I was literally just, like, I had no idea what was going on. I literally had zero idea of what was going on in the moment on Monday. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, there's no way Drake could do this. I really like Drake has power, but he doesn't have that kind of power. Like, I'm sorry, like he's not that guy. Like, literally, but nah, like now we're fighting it out slowly. Now we're learning. This is fire.
The biggest change in content ID management, when Not Like Us had 467 million views, its digital fingerprint was owned by Interscope. If Kendrick wanted to do something radical, like change the thumbnail to a different artist logo or pull the song down for a day as a stunt, he would have to clear that through Interscope's tech team. Now he owns the master rights and the publishing rights directly through PG Lane. He no longer has to talk to distributors to make a move. He just sends the instructions. Interscope has been demoted from his boss partner to his service provider.
Shut the fuck up. You sound like the last nigga I know.
Bro, how many ways can you checkmate this man, bro? How many more ways can you checkmate this man? This is crazy. I don't think for a minute that before every one of those tracks came down, 500 attorneys did not go over everything to make sure it wouldn't be an issue in the courts. For real. It's so crazy, though. Like, dude is trying his hardest. Like, he's literally trying his hardest to sway public opinion and to appeal the lawsuit. Like, you're doing too much on the wrong side. You're never a man for legal purposes. You were supposed to be the hit maker. And this is the role everybody gave you in the behind the scenes. You were the dude that gave out hits. Even though you came in as the assistants. That's another thing when people get Drake confused. Like, oh, when he first worked with Rick Ross, when he first worked with Future, etc., etc. Bro, Drake is a chameleon. Drake is a chameleon. That's why he works well with a lot of these dudes. But don't get it twisted when it comes down to who started what. Because Rick Ross was popping before Drake. Future was popping before Drake. You think Future needed Drake for March Madness? Future never needed Drake for March Madness. I'm going to tell you that right now. Alright? Drake is a chameleon. He works well with others. Let's make that clear. But when it comes down to it, especially in this moment right now, Drake needs them. It's not the other way around. Let's make that clear. Drake needs them. But you're supposed to get the job done without them. That's what you're supposed to do right now. So, this is what it is.
By all means, go by whatever conspiracies you have. Who knows what's going on? I'm just going off of how much research. I did a lot of research. I Googled. I did freaking Reddits. I read articles. I asked Gemini. I did a lot of fucking research. They all kept saying the same thing. I thought it was easy for me to just go down Gemini and just read it like this to show y'all different tabs of everybody saying this was happening right now compared to all the other conspiracies. They saying that UMG would never take down Not Like Us. It would hurt their brand. Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free did it to rebrand everything. Took it down, re-uploaded it for them to take over the licensing, for them to take over all of this. They are no longer the creative. They are no longer in the creative control category. Interscope is no longer a partner. They are now employees. I'm trying to learn y'all something today. The reason he had deleted the video and go back to 0 views was to break the link with the old Interscope content ID. You can't just hand over 400 million views from one company's account to another's without massive amount of corporate red tape. Kendrick basically said, I don't care about the 465 million views. I want the ownership papers in my name today. It was the ultimate power move, showing the industry that his brand is so strong he can throw away 500 million views just to ensure he has 100% control before the next phase of war begin. I don't know about this part. I don't know about this part.
Don't kill me. Do not kill me. Karma Chameleon is wild. You think a lawyer went over? I'm dead. I'm talking about Kendrick. I'm quite sure Kendrick and Dave had their lawyers to check the song, make sure that it wasn't going to be considered as defamation because he figured Drake would sue. Yeah. But even before all that, like when you're putting together the bars for any of the tracks, the only song that they're supposed to sue for is Meet the Grams, but Meet the Grams neutralized Family Matters. Not Like Us is a hit song, so yeah, cool. You're suing for the hit song, but the hit song is calling you a PDF, not realizing he's only mentioning you. So the way they put the bars together, they wanted to make sure, like, this could never come back on us. You see what I'm saying? And like literally every step of the way, like, I know it gets annoying when you look back at the timeline of the battle, but a lot of people are not following the timeline of the battle. Right? So you got to understand, Kendrick Lamar gave this man 3 different warnings. 2 warnings in one song, and he spent the whole song giving him a warning. And he refused to listen. So at that point, he was matching energy with a similar song with Meet the Grams. So Family Matters and Meet the Grams neutralized each other. So now you got Not Like Us. So when it comes to the bar, say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. I don't know how I don't know how they're missing the part where it's like, I hear. Where do you think he heard that from? He heard that from you. That's stupid. So anybody running around trying to say something, y'all are dumb to me. And now when it comes to this situation right here, like, y'all sound foolish. What's good, Matt Raven? It's been a hot minute, bro. How you feeling? But when it comes to this situation right here, Bro, anybody trying to say they're trying to clear up the bot allegations. They're trying to do this, that, and the third. Like, bro, 9 times out of 10, y'all are just dumb. Because all it takes is do the research, and you go find what you need to find, so that when it comes time to talk, we're not talking out of our asses. What's good, LC? It's been a hot minute, bro. What's good, bro? Look at the Not Like Us video disclaimer. Plus, those videos are in Kendrick's name, not PG Lang. Amen. Who's thinking about court? Tiff. Drake. Drake is thinking about court. Drake bring these niggas to court. This shit shouldn't be technical. Bro, Tiff, you gotta understand, all this is Drake's fault. This lawsuit, the appeal, us continuously talking about this Drake's fault. If he never sued, we would never be here. But because he did, Not Like Us is undeniably the greatest diss track in the world. Because he lost the lawsuit. He got defeated in court. And they're trying to appeal right now. Drake is the Trump of rap. That is insane. Who was the Canadian ninja he so-called beat? I don't know. You're not getting notifications? LC, I know. Bro, these notifications, man, I'm telling you, it just bothers my spirit. But you here now, bro, so it is what it is. I'm just telling you, but I've been here this whole time, like regardless if I'm sick or not. Funny enough, I'm sick right now, but I'm still making sure I'm showing up. You see what I'm saying? So just keep a lookout for us, you know, because you part of this. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you around here. In a rap battle, girl, I don't know.
Lamar did this 3 days before the Iceman album, 4 days before the Iceman album. All y'all was trolling. Don't forget what's coming in hot. Do not forget what's coming in hot. PG Lang and Kendrick Lamar has full control over anything. They don't have to freaking decide to talk to Interscope or UMG. Interscope is no longer a partner. Interscope is a freaking employee. I can do whatever. I can say whatever. If you notice, when they took Not Like Us down, I'm telling y'all for what happened. This is not the claim that was there before. It was not on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's new deal. Kendrick Lamar did a new deal with UMG. I'm going to say allegedly. I'm not saying I'm going by 100%. Kendrick Lamar did a new deal with UMG to make sure he has 100% control over whatever music he drops. All you do, Interscope, is freaking send it to freaking Apple Music or Spotify. You are not my partner. I no longer have to say, hold on, let me talk to Interscope about this. Hold on, let's discuss this with Interscope. I no longer have to say, let's discuss this with you. I can do whatever I want and you just distribute it. All you do is send that shit off after I say I do whatever I fuck I want. They had took Not Like Us down and re-uploaded it. And do you know what that did to the freaking streams? Not only is it an extra million views on the Not Like Us music video, the freaking Spotify streams before the video got taken down, it was at 780,000. It peaked to 943,000 daily streamers. It peaked to almost 200,000 more daily streamers. That's only Not Like Us. Luther got took it down as well. It was at 3.1 million views of daily streams before it got took it down. It got re-uploaded and then it peaked 3.8 million views. It went up 700,000 daily streams on Spotify. Of all the uproar, I'm telling you, I did all type of research to figure out what was going on, and I'm the conclusion that I'm coming up with. It could be a conspiracy as well, whatever y'all want to say. The conclusion that I'm coming up with, that UMG does not do that. UMG does not take down 470 million views just for the fucking sakes. Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free took it down to freaking redirect the content ID, to freaking reestablish ownership of the actual ownership. Not be in creative control, but to be an administrative control. They wanted actual ownership to the point that we are not partners. Even though you kind of can see Kendrick Lamar doing what he want, and he can freaking have his music probably drop when he feels like it. It seems like it's still a process where Kendrick Lamar has to talk to Interscope before he does that. Kendrick Lamar no longer has to do that. He can do whatever he wants at any time he wants at will. We coming in hot. Y'all was joking. Y'all was trolling. I did so much research. If I'm wrong, fuck it. I could be wrong. I'm saying that Kendrick Lamar is going to do something crazy soon. This is not a process where I feel like he did not want to freaking be under a deal and having to wait for nothing. UMG is probably in their head like, though, we want Drake to have a successful rollout. UMG probably wants Drake to have a successful freaking Iceman album, and don't want nobody to just step on it, or don't want nobody to drop near Drake's Iceman rollout. They probably want that to happen, and Kendrick Lamar's like, no, I'm going to drop when I feel like it. I'm not going to talk to no label about when I should drop about albums. I'm not going to space nothing out with no damn label. I'm going to drop when I feel like it. We never was on UMG's side. We was on UMG's side just for the lawsuit. So we only wanted UMG to make sure that Drake could not win the lawsuit. But it's still back to fuck UMG. If this ain't the craziest power move that I have seen, where the Iceman album is coming out May 15th, and on May 11th is when the Dot decides he wants to take full control over all his music and wants to drop whenever he feels like it without discussing how to drop, when to drop with no other label. PG Lang and PG Lang and Kendrick Lamar is in complete control of the driver's seat. You could say before that Kendrick Lamar was probably 80% in control. Now it's 100%. You could say before that he was already having a distribution deal and he was already like going through this same similar freaking form of freaking content. That's probably 80% of him being in control. They saying that he's 100% now. Publisher change. The copyright line on Not Like Us was updated to reflect 2024 Kendrick Lamar, removing the specific under exclusive license to Interscope mentioned that was previously there. The move is largely seen as Kendrick consolidating ownership of his masters and publishing, ensuring PG Lang controls his catalog. I don't know what y'all want me to tell y'all. This suggested that a move toward PG Lang controlling the licensing and publishing directly rather than through previous traditional label structures as part of a back-end rights housekeeping effort. I don't know what y'all want me to tell y'all. I went everywhere. I searched everywhere. I tried to do as much information gathering I had. If I am wrong, cool. I tried to search and investigate everywhere on why would a video get taken down and re-uploaded, and it came to the same conclusion. I love all conspiracies. They were saying that Drake did it. They were saying that the OV Hoes did it. They were saying that UMG did it. They were saying that Kendrick Lamar and PG Lang did it. And Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang, in my opinion, is the right conspiracy. Because when I uploaded freaking Luther, it said UMG on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's new deal, PS. It never said this. It never said on behalf of Kendrick Lamar's new deal. That means Kendrick Lamar just reconstructed a new contract that we probably don't know about right now. Kendrick Lamar reconstructed a new contract, a new deal, and I read y'all what was going on. PG Lang has took over the freaking control of all those freaking content IDs, all the rights. PG Lang has 100% took over control of Not Like Us and GNX.
It is fire! You can't even go to the grocery store, Drake.
All this fucking money.
And there you have it. Undeniable facts. You know, nice, healthy 19-minute video. Just letting y'all know what's going on. What happened. What actually happened. The process of the happening. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, excuse me, what? At this point, you gotta take this up with God, bro. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Koala for this one for sure. It is 7:13 right now, bro. How we feeling? Everybody feeling good? We still here? We still alive? We still active? This was a good video though. So, IP ownership, the blueprint is Bobby. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Squabble up. Kendrick's final move, 100% of the royalties. Yep, there you have it. There you have it. what more could I say? Like, this is what I was looking for. This is what I was searching for. You know, this is the information that I need to share with others. You see what I'm saying? So this is perfect. So anybody that I see out there speaking otherwise, no. Refer to this video. Refer to this reaction. We're deading all that. Enough is enough. No more lies. You keep lying on people and they believe in you. Cut that out. Y'all keep lying to people's faces. For what? Hell no. That's not what we do around here. We telling the truth straight. I gotta react to Charles' new video. Which one? You talking about the live or a video that he dropped? That's a real question. God, bro, my head is killing me right now. But I'll react to it. Don't worry, I'll react. But shout out Koala for this one, bro. This was good.